everybody. Welcome back to the Sound Viewers Podcast. I am your gracious, humble, most beloved host, Phil Bevers. And today, I've got another guest. 2 guest episodes in a fucking row. How lucky are you?
Yeah, man.
How lucky are you? Don't talk till I
Shut
introduce
up.
you.
No, I'm gonna talk. You didn't. First of all, you didn't tell me not to talk. This is a podcast. I'm allowed to talk. There are no rules. I did not get anything on my rider, so why am I going to listen to your rules? Which once again you have not explained.
Okay,
So
okay. Well,
explain
then,
your rules.
Okay, well then my rules are shut the hell up. How about that? No.
You have an awesome podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. Today, my guest is my dear friend and my not even just my coworker, but my business equal.
Business equal, basically a neighbor.
Yeah, we live in the same building. So everybody, welcome Kevin Moore.
Hi, thank you very much for having me. I'm Philip Bevers. This is a gorgeous set of these people. This is filled in front of a live studio audience.
Mm-hmm. But we make sure everyone has their mouth taped before they come in so that you can't hear them speak during the show.
I think the clever part is actually tying the hands together and tying the feet so that way they can't clap or stomp. I think that was really
we here at the Sound for Years podcast are pro feet binding.
Yeah, I can tell.
In all contexts and all histories.
Yeah, they're still binding the feet right now.
I have mine bound right now. Bound to falling in love.
That's a great song. All of it. Every single
Kanye, more like Kanye.
I knew you were gonna say
Hell yeah,
oh,
dude.
Man.
Hell yeah. We're hitting it hard today. Yeah. We're hitting it hard. All right. I'm in a great mood. I just chugged half of a fucking Red Bull in the last 20 minutes. I'm ready to go. And I got a little bit of Pedialyte in me. Cherry punch, which by the way, real quick, we'll start off hot.
Okay.
Artificial cherry flavor fucking sucks.
Nah.
It's so bad. And people are like, how do you like artificial grape? Because at least it's good.
No, I think that doesn't entirely. Well, okay. Well, first of all, they're both fake, right?
Yeah, they're both fake.
They're both entirely fake. So it's just fake cherry. You know, that's its own flavor.
But
I think
it tastes so bad. It's so abrasive to the fucking palate.
In grape is better.
I think so.
I think that that's spoken like a true person who takes regular walks, likes their Sprite drinks and likes it in not a red Solo cup, maybe a different kind of cup. I don't know.
Are you talking about someone who sips lean? Because I like artificial grape flavor? Okay. Well, it's true. I do, and I have partaken in some promethazine with Cody before, and it tastes fucking great. So go fuck yourself on that end.
Okay. Now this is another level because I think that they both taste just as bad. Honestly, I kind of respect both flavors, and I actually appreciate cherry more. But do you think that you like it because it brings you back?
I don't know. I think I definitely. I honestly don't know. I think it's just because even as a kid, my parents would like give me Benadryl or some kind of like medicine or something like that. And and if there was like a choice between cherry and grape, I always chose grape. Always
chose cherry.
Really?
Yeah. Totally.
This is affecting our friendship.
That's gonna affect our friendship. All right.
Yes.
All right. Fine. I'm okay with that.
Look, man, if you stand for nothing, then you fall for nothing. Wait, what was it? If you stand for nothing, then you'll fall for
everything.
Everything?
I think that's how it is.
That's fucking like I understand the intent, but it's terribly worded. Phrase.
No. I think it makes perfect sense. What do you not like about it? That you didn't come up with it? How would you say?
Yeah, I guess that is what it is. I'm projecting my jealousy onto this guy.
Yeah, it sounds like some 1800 person who wore knickers.
Oh, by the way, terrible word.
Oh, horrible.
Speaking of terrible word, coming up in the Sound for Your series, the next 10 episodes after this one. I know this is episode 10. It would have been better to start on episode 10, but fuck you. That's Filipino candy, by the way, that our friend Nelson brought back to us after his shoot in the Philippines.
Oh, no way. Yeah.
This one and then this one. Haw Flakes, I think it's called. I don't know what it is.
This is awesome audio content. Sorry, I got distracted.
Looking at things that no one else can see.
I got distracted.
Anyways,
our office is really chaotic. We just have Filipino candy that just started appearing. That's awesome.
We have Filipinos invading our space.
Okay.
Well, it's like the opposite. I feel like they earned it considering what America did. I feel like they earned it. No, go ahead and say. Go ahead and say you disagree.
I have nothing to say. I literally am not. I'm praying right now. I'm praying for your soul.
Over the next 10 episodes after this one, we're gonna start the top 10 episodes. So
Awesome.
if we're gonna have 10 episodes where in each one I'm gonna break down a top 10 for myself. Like one of them, speaking of the word knickers, like pants with a CK, pants with a CK, right?
Terrible
word.
Terrible word.
Why is that even a fucking word?
Yeah. I just hate it because not only is it's so abrasive. It's
way
so
too close.
Harsh.
It's way too close.
That's
now what do you think came first?
Oh, 100%.
The N-word.
Actually, I don't know. That's a good question. But let's see. Like whenever I hear knickers, I always think about like the 1800s. So probably the N word, not the K word.
The N, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because that was around like probably like 1600s at least.
Oh,
because when did the transatlantic slave trade start? Like right when we got here, right? If not beforehand.
I mean, it has to be when people got to the United States because that's what makes it transatlantic, right?
Yeah.
Because it was
so it happened.
ocean.
But they were also going to Britain with some of them.
Well, I mean, slavery's been going on
forever. Yeah, people taking over other civilizations and cultures and tribes and then turning them into their own workers. That's been happening forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the N-word came from the slave trade. For the African slave trade. Yeah, 100%.
It didn't exist before?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I never really did the history of it.
Yeah, to be honest, I never really studied the etymology of the N-word.
So, give me your hardest take on it right now. No
on
research
what?
On the N-word.
It's a terrible, terrible word. And I hope no one who is not black uses it. I hope everyone who's not black does not use it. Is that pretty hot take there? Sizzling take? Sizzling hot? It's like one of those fajita plates that comes out in the Mexican restaurant. Which, by the way, everyone learned recently. I feel like I knew this for a while. Everyone learned recently on like TikTok and shit. Yeah, it's sizzling like that because they put water on the dish to make it smoke and like for presentation.
Oh, really?
Everyone thought that they were just charring the shit out of the meat that they were about to eat.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just assumed that it was just really hot and that it was like maybe a little bit cold and so you can see some of that steam.
No. You throw water on it basically. Also deglazes the pan so you can actually use like the dip and like the excess as like a reduction. Well, I mean like that's
it's okay, on the pan.
No, yeah, on the pan. I mean, technically it gets on the meat, but they don't like dump water on meat.
No, you made it sound like they just threw it on the plate.
What? Water?
Water, yeah.
They literally put water on that sizzling like cast iron plate.
Yeah,
that's why it starts steaming.
Dish, like a pan.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, on the serving dish, I should say, which is the cast iron that they cook it on.
You know what? I think it's just been a long time since I had a fajita, so I don't really know how they serve them anymore.
It's mostly presentation.
Word.
It's like going to like the salt-based shit.
That's stupid. How would you present it? I would present it on a person.
I would absolutely just like
restaurant. You would just
ping these people in the back of the head with the meat that they're about to eat.
The back of the head?
Yeah.
I was thinking hibachi
They'd be looking at me and they'd be like, "Is that my food?" And I'd be like, "What's that over there?" They turn around and I would just like as quickly as I could just
run up to them
like,
and
yeah,
smack them in the back of the head with a fajita.
No, not even. I'm like standing. It's like darts. Like I'm throwing little strips of steak at them from the back of the head.
I like the idea.
And when they turn around, I'm like, "Who the fuck is throwing that stuff?"
Well, it's the owner clearly. For my restaurant, I want to be hibachi style. But except,
so you're throwing it to their face. Like you're saying it with your chest.
I'm saying it with your chest, and I'm
throw shit at
and I want it to be like at least 20 yards away, so it's kind of like football style.
So you're gonna be accurate, dude. You're throwing like a 3 to 4 inch cut of meat.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking like a big quesadilla.
Well, then so you're saying like fully formed.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about just the meat and like peppers.
No, I'm talking about the full dish.
Oh, okay. Well,
they pay for the full dish. They're getting the full dish.
Oh no. Well, what if I like to do deconstructed, a la carte, if you will?
You're not that fancy.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Absolutely.
Okay. What does the word legume mean?
It's a bean.
No, it's not.
A legume?
Yeah.
Isn't that some beans like peanuts are technically legumes?
It's not a bean. It's a.
Oh my god, you're gonna fucking bio professor me right now.
I'm not a bio professor. This is
He's your
not
bio
bio.
teacher.
No, first
For
of all,
everyone to know,
okay, first
Kevin
of all,
is
nut
a published
and a bean
biologist.
Yes, I am. A nut and a bean are just different. Come on, if you said, "Hey, can I get some
these
beans
nuts straight to the back of your mouth, dude?"
Come to my restaurant and you're about
and
to.
you're about to get a fajita straight to the fucking
You're about
mouth.
to get some beans in your eyes and your face and your nose. So you better make sure you got an open. You're gonna have to break your jaw if you're going to eat in my restaurant.
If a woman that you were hooking up with asked you to put her clitoris into your nose,
into my nose,
and then try and like snort it like cocaine, would you do it? Would you do it?
Like
you gotta make, you gotta like make the seal, like really press your nose up to that hood,
vacuum seal,
and then just like Tony Montana that shit. Tony Montana.
Nah, because it sounds like it goes deeper at that point. If like, I'm gonna try anything once kind of person, but I gotta say if they have like a meticulous system of how they want me to do it. Like it has to be vacuum sealed. It has to be snorted like cocaine.
That's a lot. It's a lot of details there.
Really specific. Yeah. Clearly, you're chasing something else that I wasn't doing, or honestly probably can't provide at this point. And
hey, lady, I think you're looking for a vacuum cleaner.
We got different. I think we have to take our separate ways because you're too comfortable and I'm not comfortable.
Damn, so you're not doing it. You're just.
I would try it until they got really specific.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever gotten like a really, really specific ask or like command, I guess? One time there was a girl I was hooking up with where she would like not only do like move my hand and like my head, but she was also like give instructions. Yeah. And it felt like I was doing like training at like a retail store or something, or like a kitchen where they were like training me. Of like, yeah, this is how we make our burgers. This is how we do this. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm not gonna be back here that many times. So like,
this is fast food.
Yeah, like, well, no, not even that. Like, I'm on the job hunt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not this one establishment is not the be all end all of my search. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect. You're being crystal clear. Honestly, you should write a presentation on it.
I will.
Yeah,
I have a TED talk.
Beautiful. I'll do the. Everything else for it. I want to make sure it gets heard by everybody.
Her pussy is Burger King, whereas I'm looking for Wendy's. Hi, my name's Philip Bevers. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Thank you so much for calling. Doors are locked, so don't even try.
Don't even try to fucking leave. You do have shackles around your ankles, so you do have to listen to the full thing to be able to have them. They are time released. So as soon as I get about 3/4 of the way, you can start leaving.
I love how most of your presentations are hostages situations.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm forcing you to sit, and then basically I'm convincing you of why you should stay. Like with my performance, I'm convincing you to stay.
This is 100% the Dahmer defense.
I don't understand what the problem is. He was literally just showing them videos.
No, that wasn't why people were upset.
Phil, I don't know if you know, but he fucking murdered people in cold blood.
I think the weirdest thing, and it's probably just a me thing, like, so I'm bisexual, so weird thing with girls, it happened twice, but the weirder one is, damn, that sounded like her. I heard that.
I hurt my elbow.
Yeah, he just knocked that. He was actually really aggressive. He hated that table. That was intentional. I saw that.
I just stone cold Steve Austin threw my elbow through the fucking. I gave him the people's elbow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
wasn't the people's elbow?
Rough.
Wasn't that Hulk Hogan?
I don't know.
I don't know either because I'm not lame. I didn't watch fucking wrestling over the age of 15.
I mean, that you don't have to be lame for that. You just need to be born in the 90s or just have an older brother who doesn't let you have your own personality.
Yeah. Your own free will. You just have to, have an omnipotent God brother, All
right, so the weirdest thing, and it's not like weird, but like,
I mean,
on two occasions,
you don't have to,
and I think I told you about one of them. Girls with boyfriends have really wanted me in a public bathroom. So
at a club.
Yeah.
So like a dirty ass bathroom.
Yeah, definitely like cocaine on the like on the water tank on the toilets. It was pretty aggressive. I honestly did not do it, not only because, and it really wasn't even the boyfriend thing, which was a big deal. Don't get me wrong. It really was just this This is a disgusting bathroom. It is 1 a.m. right now, and I honestly came for the music, not you. So you should probably talk to your boyfriend. And one guy that I hooked up with, he wanted to get kicked in the balls
No, what did you do it?
once.
How was it?
I didn't feel nothing.
You didn't like it.
It was weird. I mean, it wasn't like I felt gross, but he went
You're just like, this does nothing for me.
no, he went, and I was like, okay, well, this is not for me.
How hard did you kick him?
Like, not too hard. I think they want it harder.
That's wild.
It was weird. It was weird.
That's so crazy because, like, and I've talked to you about this before.
It was no, but honestly,
pain.
it was the.
Yeah, like that would make me be like, dude, you don't even like it that much.
Oh man, and that's why I was just like, oh man, clearly I'm not doing enough, or you need somebody else.
Yeah.
I like I said, I'm gonna try anything once I did, and just that was weird, man.
I mean,
that was weird.
There was one time. Nice. There was one time I dated this girl in high school, and she was like really into the fucking like masochism, sadism thing. Probably. The knife thing.
Oh,
I had a girl who asked me because there's some people who are into like the rape fantasy and like you know burglar fantasy type of shit. So she had me sneak into her house.
Yeah.
In broad daylight.
I remember the story. It was daylight?
It was daylight.
What the fuck?
Because her parents were gone.
We
literally skipped school to do this. We skipped school to do this.
They were like on vacation.
No, they're at work. We skipped school to do this.
What time was it?
It was like fucking 1 p.m.
1 p.m.?
Yeah.
You were doing rape?
Yeah, it was this fantasy.
On a school day.
Yeah. Dude, trust me. Me and this girl did some wild shit. And like, if you went to high school with me, you probably know who I'm talking about. Because like, my thing was I dated a lot in high school and I was fucking around a lot. And I always dated girls who loved to make my business everyone else's news.
Damn.
So like,
fuck that.
Or like, I also did have a problem with cheating in high school. We're over it now. It's fine. I honestly, wait. This is a side note. I actually could not imagine trying to cheat now. I can barely get someone to like me and to let myself like someone like that and like really commit to something.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to at this point, no, I chose to do. I want to do this.
I
waited this long and pushed off for so long.
Funny that you said I had a problem with cheating, like you had a problem with like squirrels or mold. Like this is something that it keeps on coming up.
It kept happening. I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
No, it was because I didn't understand the idea of actual commitment.
Yeah.
And like also I went in junior.
High schoolers are ridiculously dumb.
I lived in like
them for a living.
Yeah, I know, dude. They're stupid.
Love them.
We all were stupid in high school.
Oh yeah, no, they're supposed to be dumb. I love it. That's like honestly, I love working with like high schoolers way more. I cannot imagine working with anybody below the age of like 14. That's not a human. That's an animal. It's a creature. I don't know what else to call it. All I know is it's not. I don't want to. It's the way that you like teach a child at that age. You make like silly faces and you encourage like so much shit that I do not care for. Like I'm all about you trying to figure out yourself as a human, not you learning the basics of how humans operate.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I know
no,
100%. It's a small distinction, but like it's big. Like finding yourself versus learning how to operate.
Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah. So, because I went to different, not even just school districts, but I lived in different parts of Houston between junior high and high school. So I lived out more rural in like Sugar Land for junior high.
Yeah.
I went to this place called Redding. I was supposed to go to George Ranch High School, and then, trust me, just don't. It was literally
they all sound like condiments.
It was literally in the middle of a cornfield and like wheat field.
Nice.
It was stupid.
That's awesome.
And then I went more inner city to Stratford High School. Shout out Spartans. I hope that fucking building burns down. Thank you. And when I was in junior high, I was kind of a fucking loser. Like I didn't know how to talk to girls. I didn't understand real like social shit. I honestly didn't. I wasn't operating well in a social way.
Yeah,
right?
that's the difference.
And also because I was a theater kid, and but where I was growing up was like Friday Night Lights type of shit.
Yeah.
Football and sports were everything.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that did not really fucking matter. I did
Uh-huh.
like band. I played bassoon of all things. One, because it was different. I
Awesome.
wanted to play something that no one else was playing, and no one else
Yeah.
in my grade played bassoon.
So you like chose the silliest sounding instrument?
Yeah, wait here. Go in front of the mic a little bit. You're on the side of it, so it's phasing you out.
So like
I
you
chose a
chose the
silly ass
silly.
instrument.
Did you do it because it looked silly or because it sounded silly?
Kind of both. It was just I wanted to be different. I've
Okay.
always wanted to be different. You know.
Yeah. No, I understand.
And wait, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Your boy had a quick phone call. So
we got shoot.
So going back to it, little inside baseball for y'all. We do have a shoot. We're going out to Philadelphia, doing a cool shoot. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to talk to girls at all. So when I came into Stratford in like the Memorial, more inner city type shit, I was like just learning how to talk to people, and specifically women who I found attractive. I've always had friends who are girls. Because having my sister be older than me in the way that she is, 3 years older, and I used to be able to talk to her friends, which then makes it easier to talk to girls my age because you go, all right, well, they're 3 years ahead. So if I can talk about things that are 3 years ahead, I'm gonna sound a little bit cooler to the people who are my age, right? Or something like that. I don't know. It was just easier to talk. If we're friends, I could easily talk to you and we can just hang out and have a conversation, stuff like that. But it's once I started having like feelings or finding someone really attractive and I like wanted to try and pursue something, I would clam up. I would get awkward. There were a couple times where girls would be like, "Are you okay?" I'd be like, "Yeah." Like just not know at all how to like respond to things. Like,
I honestly think that,
but
I had a similar experience, but I thought that meant I was gay in high school.
No, I mean, I don't know.
For me, no, that's what I thought it meant for me, but then I like started exploring what that meant like in college, and I was like, oh no,
no, mine is definitely probably
like
more of like a
like
self-image kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's more of like I don't think you're gonna find me attractive in like whatever physical, mental, spiritual, whatever it is. Like so I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to present myself to you to be attractive. Basically, like how do I do the mating dance? Basically, but when I got to high school, I started getting way better at it, especially because I knew what I was talking about, knew what I was doing when it came to like theater stuff specifically. So with theater girls, I was like, oh, I can talk to you and like I'm good at what I do. And because at that point I'd put in a lot of work and all this stuff, and like I hadn't even gotten into dance. And then once I got into dancing, that was a whole thing because like, little heads up for dudes who thinks that like dancing and theater is gay. I promise you, if you know how to perform and have good stage presence, you can mop up. I promise you, you can pull heavy, like a sun's gravitational force.
Think about like the population too. Like guys in the theater world, predominantly gay. So the girls there, they just, in my experience, and maybe I am generalizing, but they don't interact with as many straight people. So having something in common, especially in the world of the arts where it really relies on being vulnerable and expressive, that like really fucking works with not works, but like it gives a mutual connection with a lot of people in there. And I think that that's great. And actually that's why I really discovered like, oh, I had a lot of anxiety in high school, and that's like what really made me think like, oh, if it's girls, it probably means I'm attracted to guys. And I realized I just wasn't attracted to guys the same way, and it was like anxiety on both fields. So I realized I was just way more attracted to people who were like able to cut through like the masculinity or femininity bullshit and just like be like present as a human and like express what
comfortable in
you.
yourself and like some confidence where you're just like, I can carry myself wherever I need to go.
Yeah, exactly. Because I hate when people like lean into like masculinity or femininity
and overcompensate.
Exactly, because you're not being lame, like bro. I'm watching like what you grew up on because it's I can see your references for what makes you you and like what makes you want to be this version of yourself. Like I'm trying to think of like a great
It's
example.
more obvious than the people who are doing it think it is.
Yeah.
It's more
So much.
if
Like,
you
like
know
with fucking when
yourself,
Drake was blowing up in high school and everybody like tried to have that like cocky boy personality, and especially like growing in
yeah.
Easton, like Connecticut, white boy or like white people area so hard, listening to Drake and saying the N-word like off the
Yeah, that shit's
cuff. Like, what are you doing? And I am not you. I do not know what you guys are trying to
Yeah.
be. Like,
But see, then you having confidence in yourself and being comfortable not being that,
yeah,
that's where you get people calling you,
woo.
like, calling you gay and shit like that. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I literally don't care what you have to say.
You do not matter at all.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, man, cool. You got me.
Yeah. You got me.
Yeah. And so that was a big thing, was just kind of being like, and I guess there was probably some kind of shift in there with myself emotionally where I started just not caring anymore about what other people thought about me, which maybe I should have cared a little bit more. I would have made better decisions, but it was also like, that was also something I had to, but anyways, what was the whole point I was even going on?
I don't know.
Oh, the cheating stuff. So when I got to high school, I could talk to girls, right? I got a girlfriend right off the bat. And I was stoked, bro. She was hot. She was like tall, looked great dancer. Not a great conversationalist, but that's fine.
Hey, you're talking about 14-year-olds, so calm down.
Yeah, okay. I'm talking about my perspective when I was also 14.
Okay.
I don't like the way you're implying here, but
I just said okay.
No, stop. So when another girl started showing me interest, I was like, holy shit, there's at least 2 people who find me attractive and are like expressing this to me. That's fucking crazy. And of course, me being stupid, I acted on it. And I ended up breaking up with that girl. I dated the girl I cheated on her with for way too long. That got way too serious. So I had to learn, like, there's certain things that you are greeted with early on in someone's personality that you need to kind of sniff out and suss out a little bit to make sure that it's not going to lead to a rough spot for yourself. You're not going to find yourself kind of cornered and being like, there's not a good way to get out of this situation.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, I'll say it.
You're begging him.
This girl who I was dating named our kids.
Nah.
After 3 months of dating.
High school, right?
High school.
Okay, well, people allow us to be crazy and stupid then. Because that's crazy and stupid. If you're with somebody and then you name your kids after like a month.
She named our child. And I was just like, when she did that, I was like, oh, shit.
Nah.
I fucked up on this one.
Nah.
And then getting out of that was a whole fucking to-do. And it was like,
and
especially because she was a grade older than me. So like now all of her friends only hear her side of things. So I had a bunch of girls, and actually a lot of those women who like are that I'm friends with a lot of them now who were mutual friends with her. I don't even think they're friends with her at this point. And like,
yeah.
Well, in this point, like right now in this second, they definitely were better friends with her than me at the time. But I had to like learn that if you're gonna not have an amicable split with someone, people take sides.
Oh yeah.
That was another thing. So having to also learn what real commitment is, that when you cheat, you hurt people's feelings and you make people feel not just hurt about like the lack of loyalty and trust and breaking that trust, but it also, having now been cheated on a few times, it's that feeling of like, I wasn't good enough for this thing that I wanted.
Yeah, that's always a big thing.
And like learning that and feeling
thing.
That was like, fuck, I fucked. I think I've even like apologized to some of those girls now.
Yeah.
Where I was like, hey, I'm really, like, if I saw them in person, I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry about that. Like,
yeah,
I know that on the, obviously on the other side of that coin, it's high school. It doesn't really fucking matter.
Absolutely. No, I was literally about to say that.
But
when you get
that
into
still
later
does
life,
not excuse the fact that it was a bad choice.
Yeah, no, of course. And, people learn from that. And that's kind of why I'm not going to say I'm a supporter or advocate for it, but I think it's great when people are like allowed to make those kind of mistakes in high school. That's why I like working with high schoolers because, learn about like the mistakes they make and the ones that I can relate to and the ones that I fucking absolutely cannot. Um, and it's really funky how that influences the world that we live in now, especially like living in New York. I meet people and their like attitudes towards relationships are so fucking wild, like person to person. Like some people are super down with like the poly shit and being open. And there are other people
No one can
who
see it, but I'm shaking my head at the
yeah, like just
no.
he
No.
looks upset. He looks like a disappointed father.
I
But
just
then there's
don't
some
get
people that
it.
but then there are people who like are like, yeah, I'm cheating on my partner, and then their partner's like, yeah, they're probably cheating on me. Well, I'm cheating on him too. It's like,
Then
well, if
why are you
y'all chilling,
here?
then just like call it open. I don't
Yeah.
know, but also if that works for you, fuck it, it works for you. You know, good, do your thing. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. If you guys are happy, you guys are happy. I've seen the worst fucking toxic relationships, and they're probably the happiest people that I know. I don't support it. I would never want it, but if it works for you, it works for you. I just, but it's when you don't talk about your partners, like when you guys don't have,
The
because come
lying,
on,
the secrecy.
exactly, like
the-
exactly. If you ain't like on the same page, that's where I think people really get their feelings fucked up because it's that, like you said, that breaking of trust. I was still never, I don't know why people love to make their boyfriends jealous of me because I'm thinking about this one time when I was Lower East Side and I was getting a drink. I just met these two, this couple. They're really cool. I was talking to the guy, and he was getting us a drink. He was getting me another person that I met that night. I think a friend of his and his girlfriend a drink. And I don't remember like how it happened. Like I think his girlfriend was like trying to get his attention, and we were like talking. So to make him like jealous, she just grabbed me and kissed me right in front of him, and then our drinks came. And I grabbed my drink. I said, "Thank you." I left. And then I got an Uber and I saw them arguing outside.
Oh my God.
And it was just one of those, I do not know why you're doing what you did. I'm not affected by it because I'm not in your relationship. I honestly think that that's funny. But I'm also not the one that you going to be going home to later that night. So why did you do that?
I don't have to reap the consequences.
Exactly.
I'm chill. I'm in fun land over here. Like I'm in the fucking
I
play
thought
place.
that was funny,
and
funny
you're
as fuck.
fucking.
But
you're
why the fuck
drowning
would
in
you
the
do
ball
that?
pit
Why
over
would
here.
you do that to a guy who just bought me a drink? Like,
you like look at him and you're like, I did not.
I
did
felt
not.
so bad for the dude. I also liked him. He seemed like a cool guy. We liked the similar music. Do I talk to him now? No.
No. Do you talk to the girl though?
Oh fuck no.
Yeah. See,
No,
that's the
not
thing.
at all.
Because then now she's not only ruined a friendship that was maybe already in place, but also the potential of
For
a
a
better
friendship,
friendship
yeah.
with him and her.
Yeah.
Because now, because that would make me be like, okay, well now anytime I'm around them, he's gonna one remember that happened.
Oh,
Two, think that
100%.
it may happen again.
Oh, 100%.
And I also don't want her to think that that's an option and a card she can pull whenever she's pissed off at her lame ass boyfriend.
Yeah.
If you don't like, it's so weird. No, I'm like so
Just
tired.
do what you want.
I'm tired. Do what you want, but also like if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna have a relationship, like find someone you like. How many
Yeah.
times do we
You
hear
clearly don't
that
like this
whole
person,
genre of
so
comedy?
Don't do what you don't like.
The whole genre of I hate my wife comedy
No.
is so fucking
I
annoying.
hate it.
And like I found out a few months ago, my dad thinks that kind of shit is funny. And I don't know if it's necessarily because he agrees or relates to it. I hope that he likes my mom. But I think maybe with him specifically, it's more of a like this is comedy. He just appreciates comedy. What are you looking for?
Sorry, I'm just trying. I'm looking for my bottle cap. No, but I 100% agree. I think that a lot of it is a generational difference because like
because
our
Gen
relationship
Xers
is
just married
so
people
different. Yeah, it's almost
practically,
something that like
and
is
you're like,
expected.
you don't even like
you
this
are
fucking
supposed to
person.
marry somebody.
Yeah. Or like they did the whole thing, which is like now what we as men is in lower millennial, upper Gen Z are like. You have to keep it spicy. You know what I mean? Like you got to keep it. You got to keep it fresh. If you're gonna have, you got to keep things interesting. Do stuff. Go out. Hang out. Like
the world's gonna fucking explode.
It's
so
not like
why are we
you
here
get the bag and then
going
like
through the
that's it.
motions?
Like you got to do you got to keeping it interesting for
Mhm.
everyone. Not saying you got to do something every fucking day or like even every weekend, but like you got to have conversations. You got to
Yeah.
like and it's a lot of work. And if you don't put in the work, it's gone.
Yeah. And if you do want to like be in a relationship for like status or longevity or something, then you know what? At least we have a partner who also sees the same, like,
Mm-hmm.
who sees it the same way.
Yeah,
Because
like be straight up with them and be like, hey, I'm here for this and
exactly.
only this.
Exactly. Like we're trying. I want to see a future where I don't know what this relationship would be like. I know actually, I'm thinking about another relationship that I
That you almost
dabbled in.
ruined.
She did, and it was not my relationship.
That's what I
But
mean. It was someone
yeah,
else's
yeah,
relationship. You almost fucking.
yeah. But she clearly wanted to like to build like a future with somebody, and like I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hurt because it was like clearly I wasn't the one. But she like enjoyed spending time with me, and I was at that weird thing of like, okay, but you don't like these other guys as much, but you see more of a long term solution with them, and you don't see that with me, even though we have more fun together. You know, I see you smiling way more. I feel great, but that's not what you're looking for. That's fine. If that's what you're looking for, be straight up about it. But if you're still
Yeah.
trying to chase after the fun, maybe that's really not what you want. Maybe you don't want this big future that you've been, I don't know, either told that you have to have or that you think you should have. Maybe you do just want to have fun. So
Yeah.
at least let yourself have fun, or else you're going to hurt other people in the way. And I feel confident enough to know that, you know, this is where I stand. I understand the relationship that we had and where she saw it and where I saw it.
Yeah.
And I understand that, you know what? That's fine. We can both have the same idea. We can have a fun. We're splitting ways. But it like to have that and not be like upfront with a partner about it who may have like different ideas, then you're just hurting other people. And you honestly, in my opinion, know better.
Yeah, and I always find it's a difficult conversation, a difficult area to be of like if you know one person in a relationship has like an idea, like you said, or like a goal, like I have this intention, I want this to be long term, let's say, and the other person is not necessarily not with that or like not again. It's more of a I don't really know what I want situation. It's complicated because yes, there is reason to talk about it with that person, especially if you're like the other person's like, I want something long term. Let's talk about it. And like that's a difficult conversation when you
Hmm.
don't know what you want. And then
Hmm.
there's also reason to be like, okay, well then let's not get involved until you know what you want.
Mm.
But then you're missing out on the opportunity to basically like prove maybe this is what they want or
Yeah.
or you can make it something that they end up wanting.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Because
know,
then,
it's such a hard place to be because it's like, well, I don't want to make you feel limited and boxed in,
hmm,
but also I want this. I mean, it's one of those times where you kind of have to be a little selfish. You're like, well, I also want this,
yeah,
and
you have to
me
be.
and you, and I've told you this, and you've continued to stay knowing that this is my intention.
Hmm.
So I don't want you to leave. I like what we're doing. I really like this, like, you know, and
Yeah.
whatever the issues are, if you're willing to, if the person's willing to work on it, you know, like it could maybe be something that's great. And
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
I think it's such
relationships
a
are kind of
hard,
selfish.
what?
Relationships are selfish, right? I
Yeah, I know.
mean,
Yeah, you have to be
you're
kind of
not
selfish
there
and then
because
like,
you
but
just want this person to be happy. You're there because this person makes you happy.
yeah. Yeah, it's a weird place, man, of like cuz I always want to be more selfless than selfish kind of
Hmm.
thing. Like
Yeah.
I want if I'm going to be with someone, I want them to want to be there.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be one of those like, well, I made a commitment, so now I have to be
Mm.
here. It's like,
Mhm.
well, no, if you feel
Mm-mm.
like you have to be here
Mm.
purely for the sake of not hurting me, fuck right off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Fucking
I cannot
100%.
stand the pity shit. And
100%.
if you're putting off a conversation because you're like, I didn't want to hurt you, that is way worse to me.
Yeah.
That to me is insulting because it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, so then what else were you hiding from me
Yeah, exactly.
that
Because
you
then
didn't
you're
want me to
told
get hurt from?
because what you just told me
Well,
is
I
you're
wasn't
comfortable
hiding
lying.
anything. This
You're
is just
comfortable
something that's
lying.
yeah, that you're
Mhm.
comfortable lying. You're comfortable hiding yourself.
Yeah.
I've now feel like I don't really know the true you because now I know you were
Mm.
hiding this, which is an important thing and a
Yeah.
consequential thing in a relationship. You're hiding that. What are the like, you know, relatively smaller things that you're hiding from me about yourself? What are things that I
Especially
don't know?
since I don't
Especially
know
if you're
you like
in
that anymore, or like you just turned into an entirely different
and if you
person.
don't
So I don't
live
know what's a
together,
big thing, what's a small thing.
if you don't spend like a lot of time together all the time too, like maybe you both work, maybe it's a long distance, whatever it is. And on top of that, now you've introduced, okay, well, I'm not giving all of the communication.
Mm.
It's gone. It's
Mhm.
gone.
Mhm.
Like I'm at that point where I'm not doing that shit anymore.
Yeah.
I almost want to be more honest than necessary. In the sense of like almost overshare of being like, hey, this is my situation. This is what I'm dealing with in my personal life. This is what I'm dealing with in my career. And obviously you don't do this on the first date. You don't come up and be like, I have trauma from my dad. I have trauma from this. I have trauma from this. Just so you know, if I scream in the middle of the night, this is what, like, maybe tell someone if you're gonna spend the night that you scream. Maybe tell them that. But like,
I'm totally comfortable just saying everything at this point. Like maybe that's also why I don't go on as many dates as I used to.
You're just like, hey, this is me. Take it or leave it. Kind of thing.
Yeah, honestly, if you're the kind of crazy to say, you know what, I want to see more, then.
But that's like putting the whole movie in the trailer. You got to give them enough to be like, hey, I want you to look forward to future dates. The beginning of these dates kind of thing, or like the dating, talking.
Well, that's why I don't fuck with the apps.
Stage. Yeah.
That's why I like it.
That's my thing with the apps. I don't care to talk to a stranger about myself.
Yeah.
Unless I'm paying you as a therapist, I don't care to talk to you about myself if you're a stranger. I don't fucking know you. What do I care about about impressing you or improving? Dude, the thing with me of like everyone always has someone that they're proving something to.
Yeah.
And some people need strangers to like them. Some people need everyone to like them. Some people need their parents to finally say they're proud of them. Some people need their friends to realize or whatever it is, right?
We all got shit.
We all have someone we're proving something to. For me, it's not strangers. I could give a fuck whether or not a stranger likes me. I just, it's not something that I care about. Like, cause like I may never see this person again. So what was all that work for? What was all of that dancing and like monkeying around for? Why did I do that if I'm never going to see you again?
Yeah.
You didn't like the term monkeying around?
Well, I didn't say that.
You looked at me weird. You looked at me with a,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, fuck off.
I think that you're being weird now.
But yeah, no, the apps to me, I guess like, I am kind of recently out of a relationship. I guess it's been like about a month. And now I'm like, now I'm getting to that point where I'm just like, maybe I should get on there just to talk to people because I don't talk to anyone.
We also busy
anyone who knows me in real life knows like I don't fucking talk to anyone except for the people I'm working with and the people I've had friendships with for years at this point. Like I don't go out. I don't go to bar. I hate bars. I hate clubs. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know if I told you this story, but another reason why I like high schoolers is they're so brutally honest. There's this one student that I teach. She and I have a good relationship. She's funny as hell, so I talk to her.
You have what?
We have a good relationship, a good professional teacher-student relationship.
Mentor relationship?
Not even, no. She really loves to try to finesse, and she's really bad at it. So
finesse like steal stuff or like try and like convince you for grades and stuff?
Yes, the second. Because
be like, really, so she got something wrong. She tries to prove to you why it was right.
Yes.
She should go into law school. Yeah. She should go to fucking law school. 100%.
No, she's a great talker.
Because I was the same way. She's a
great talker.
Yeah, I was the same way, and I want to go to law school because if you can argue a point and you can get away with stuff that way, you should go to fucking law school.
And you know what? The one thing she did finesse because she is genuinely bad at it. I probably shouldn't say that much or else like I'm sure I'm breaking some laws, but yeah, she tried to be clever and had to repeat the grade. So this is my second time teaching her, and
wow, maybe she shouldn't go to law school. I take it back.
Well, here's the funny thing. Here's the thing that I really the one time she did finesse me is she was 1 point away from getting like a higher grade on a test, and I was like, okay, just prove to me that you know this. She 100% could not, but she would not give up. She would not give up to the point where I think that we were like staying 20 minutes after, and I was sick of it. So I said, okay, I will give you this point if you leave.
If you get the fuck out of my face
right now, I will give you the point. And she said, finessed.
I mean, it worked.
It's the one time it genuinely did work. But the reason
if you're trying to get $1 from someone and they give you $1 to leave, you still got the dollar.
Got the dollar, yeah.
You still got the goddamn dollar, bro.
So she did finesse me on that one.
Finesse.
You
know what? She finessed the fuck out of you, bro.
She did. She got that 1 point, and now she's passing.
She needed that 1 point to pass.
She'd been riding that line.
No. But I'm saying, did that 1 point actually make a difference in her grade?
Yes.
Okay, then worth it.
Yeah,
that's worth it to me. Mm-hmm. I don't care if as long as I'm passing, I don't care if my teacher likes me or not.
Yeah,
I actually can confirm 99% of my teachers fucking hated
That's
me.
because 99% of teachers are in it for the wrong fucking reason.
That is a fucking fact, bro. Educators right now are whack.
I know the teachers.
I know they're not getting
my
paid enough
school
most of the time.
and why they're doing it,
But
I'm actually gonna refrain from like talking too much about it. But the real quick reason, like, so we can get off the topic of the school, is she once, I can't remember what the topic was or why I was brought up, but she said, you know, Mr. Moore, you look like the kind of guy who goes to a bar by himself and reads a book.
She got your ass.
Yeah.
She really got your ass, dude. Really damn, she read your ass for rights.
Oh, yeah. No, it's
she read you for filth.
I was like, oh, well, is anybody with me? No, you don't like to go with people. And you don't invite people.
That last part's not true. You will invite me to stuff to like
100%.
just go to like the coffee shop or like the bar that's right by us just to hang out.
Yeah, no, 100%. Which she was 90% correct. But like the thing is, that is what I do now because that's the closest that I get to socializing because I'm just around other people and I'm trying to do work and you know beer makes it feel like it's not work. But she's entirely right because we don't do much besides work. So that time that we get to you know meet people and try to actually get an organic relationship is way more difficult. So that's why apps are like a lot more attractive to us just since we brought that up. And I think I think just because of New York and like I don't know if it's an antisocial thing or everybody generally is busy, but apps are just like really easy for people to connect with. I mean, I knew I lived with a girl who used Hinge like a pro, and I respect her and appreciate it. She got like a lot of dates, and she looked like she was having a lot more fun than me.
That's my thing though. Is that like how much fun are you? I guess like I guess I'm just like yeah. I guess that's the thing is that, and also like I guess I used to be extroverted like that, and now I'm really not anymore. Damn, I just fucking cut our mics out on accident. Might be, guys. I'm just really not that extroverted anymore, and I really because we work in media, and I used to work in a retail store. My whole job was talking to people.
Yeah,
and I've kind of gotten to the point. Talk for me real quick. Yeah, we're good.
You hear me?
Sorry, my bad.
No, but you be talking.
I was talking constantly, and so I would want to come home and just be silent.
Yeah,
like not hearing, almost like that kind of deafening silence when you get home. And like living in a studio now, it's just me when I get home, and it's fucking awesome. But you do that for how long have I been there? 8 months now.
Yeah,
and now I'm like at the point where I go home and I'm like, I am vehemently alone. like it is vicious how fucking lonely it is.
Yeah.
Like and
yeah, you stay there. You stay at the studio. We live in the same building. I literally just go to sleep nowadays. Like I get up.
Well, I'm also
early,
unemployed
and
currently.
You're employed at our business, which is constantly riding the orange line right now.
I mean, if even.
I would say
dipping that red pretty heavily every once in a while.
I mean, we're not green. We're not green, but I wouldn't say like red. Like we have jobs that pay us. It's just people don't like to pay us, especially on time.
People just don't like to pay in general. It's a big fucking problem right now. People don't like to pay.
Yeah. So it's, you know, all of the dedication and time has gone into the company, which is really fucking great. And I mean, this is going to be a podcast goal to be us like reaffirming our worth. But
yeah,
but,
guys, I promise, please. It's worth it. Please, we should stay in this business.
It's 100%.
No, I mean, yeah, this is. I think I've talked
worth
about it on this
a lot
podcast before. Just like, I mean, in media,
we've invested so much.
You
in, like,
doubt yourself constantly.
We've invested a lot in relationships. I think that's been something 100%. That's been that's not talked a lot about. The investment in relationships means a lot of times you do not get money. So you really have to understand that that's
it's a lot of building from ground up right now.
Exactly, especially since we don't got like rich parents or
that's the thing that a lot of people don't fucking want to talk about is that a lot of those people who when your friend out of nowhere goes, hey, I'm starting a media business or a production company, and then they start doing really well, it's because someone was behind them paying for everything.
Yeah, they had connections. They already
they
had
didn't
like
just
five,
they either
like,
had network connections or they
up.
had network money.
Like 5 figures.
There was no not even 6 figures to start that shit. Dude, we've seen in production, $1,000 is a $20 bill.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
For real.
Like to even just get started, you're looking at thousands and thousands of dollars just to even like get a project off the ground to begin.
And we had none of that.
Yeah, and like, anyways, we don't have to bitch and complain about the media. Yeah. Entertainment is really hard.
It's really difficult, guys. Just give us some money.
So we're at 50 minutes in, and we didn't touch a single subject that I had written down.
I thought that
it's pretty nice.
Wait, I thought that it wasn't what was the person that we talked about? I thought that was something that you pulled from the list, not the words.
No, literally
not the words.
Everything.
Really nothing?
No, nothing. We didn't do anything.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. But
yeah, we talked about sexual deviance for a minute.
I know. I'm trying to think. I mean,
I don't know. How do you usually do we need to close off? Like, how do you usually do it?
I just kind of end it. Like, I just kind of yeah. Like, I'll be in the middle of something. I'll stop with the point. If there's a lull in my conversation, I'll be like,
off?
No. I don't. I won't just be like, yeah. Like, it's not like that.
Like a horror movie. I like that.
Audio jump scare.
Yeah. No, wait. Actually, let's not talk about anything else, and let's just cut one of us off in the middle of our sentences that we've already said.
No, that seems mean.
What are you talking about?
I want to do to you, but you're not saying enough.
I'm saying plenty, and also. All right, that was really cool.
Yeah, was that worth it? So you could just
not even that. No,
hear yourself.
All right, yeah. All right, never mind. It was a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is good. 51 minutes. This is a pretty good talk. We just kind of, we flowed. It's a good time.
We did flow. This is actually pretty similar to a lot of the conversations that we usually have.
Yeah, and that's why I bring people like you on, because we have these conversations already. I'd rather
2 people on.
I've had 3 people on. You're my third.
Okay. Yeah. You had 2 other people and you're related to
one. I'm sorry. Why do you sound mad? Well, are you upset?
I'm not mad. I'm just.
You're furious. You're literally sweating.
I am actually gripping a bottle to the point where it's melting in my hands.
The heat of my anger is melting this stupid fucking bottle.
There's not like a social topic you want to rant about?
No, I mean, like, one of the things I honestly like. Okay, this will be quick.
Emma Chamberlain.
What?
Emma Chamberlain. I hate that.
I don't give a fuck about that girl.
Oh, I hate her. I hate that we know who she is.
I don't care about her. I just know her as one of the vlogger girls.
Exactly. I hate that.
Those people don't matter to me.
Dude, that makes me so angry.
There's a genre of person, which is the LA person, that I just don't give a fuck
about.
Because that is its own part of.
I just hate how they keep on coming up. Like, I seriously cannot escape it, especially since you just need to have like a name that's related to somebody, and all of a sudden I hear about how you're ordering chicken wings. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't give a shit how you order your chicken wings.
It's called good marketing, dude. But some people care about that because there's a lot of really stupid people right now who are consumers. The consumer base right now in America is objectively stupid.
Is it really that funny? Like,
it's not funny.
Are people that bored?
People just need a personality so badly that they take someone's half-baked bullshit that is completely performative, and they just fucking that parasocial relationship where they grip onto it with eagle talons, and they will not let go, and they'll be like, this is funny. This is stuff people should watch. Because I think it's something I should watch, so I can actually be a person for once.
Oh God, I hate it.
And you know what it does? You know what it does? I can tell you what it doesn't. It doesn't give them a personality. And now they only talk about this kind of shit, which makes them stop having real friends. So all their friends are online, and all their friends are the people who watch this bullshit too. And that's the only people who you can relate with, is people who watch that and think that that's important. Like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. If you are a big fan, just don't talk to me. Because I don't give a fuck, and I'm already gonna assume your personality sucks dick.
Yeah,
Why don't you keep up with
same fucking way?
Why don't you keep up with my nuts in your mouth, dude?
Dude, I honestly think the worst part for me is yes. I think the worst part for me is like I really like fashion. That's been something I've been really like trying to get into recently. Just like I don't know, I'm like reading more about it. Every single one of those people are becoming models. And they're just not interesting models. They're really, really not interesting models.
Anyone who looks slightly uninterested in whatever's going on, people think that that's a model face.
I think it is. I think that's great. I don't think that any of them have it. I think they look fine. And I just don't think that they like make garments or fashion interesting. I think it actually makes clothes look worse. So whenever they like partner up with like, oh my god. Actually, this is not what I was. This is entirely separate from like Emma Chamberlain, but like
I didn't even want to talk about Emma
I
Chamberlain.
know,
I
but
had
you
something
did.
that was like
You did.
that was like actually like kind of nice.
Wait,
to talk
did you
about.
wait? Did you see Sydney Sweetie, that girl from Euphoria?
Yeah, I know.
I think that's
everyone
so
saw her tits.
fucking
I know.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, not even that picture. Although it's it's a pretty cool picture.
No, she's rocking for sure.
It's a pretty cool picture. I'm actually talking about.
I also just don't care about blonde women, to be honest with you.
Same, genuinely.
I think it's a
I
spite
think that
thing, 'cause
the Ford and the Dickies collab, where she's like a mechanic, like dressed as a mechanic working on a car, is so fucking funny. That's the kind of content that I fucking love. If we're talking about fashion, make it silly. Make it silly.
Yeah,
if you're going
don't
to be
take
a ridiculous,
don't let it take itself
person,
too serious.
Exactly. It's art. It's supposed to be playful. So
Yeah.
why are you trying to get decent looking people and then put them in acne? You know, it doesn't need to, like, the clothes speak for themselves. You're making them look boring by putting them on boring people. If you're going to have somebody who looks, cool and does have a model body, the Sydney Sweetie is very attractive. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. Make them do something different. Like, that's why I think that the Ford and the Dickies collab is really fucking cool, because it doesn't show off any of like her body. It shows off her personality, which is something that nobody really talks about. Now we know that she like does a lot more with like cars and like
I'm not
bikes.
really into people for like looks. I'm really more about personality.
Phil's really, really cool, actually. You guys should really date him.
I'm like a sapiosexual,
Yeah.
It's about it's the inside that matters.
I know, it's kind of crazy. All of your girlfriends have like a graduate degree from MIT. It's awesome.
I know. I'm just really into smart women.
Only smart women.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, look at my dating.
It's crazy.
Look
that
at my
I didn't
dating
even-
history. I'm really into really intelligent, especially emotionally
honestly,
intelligent women. Clearly.
Crazy. Like one of your,
which is I actually think is more
exes,
reflective on me now that I'm thinking about
can't
it.
believe that I had to say like, wow, she has a really nice ass, and you're like, wow, I never even noticed.
I honestly never even thought about it.
I never even thought. I've always loved. I married her for her personality.
I only ever look at her in the eyes because that's the respectful thing to do.
Do you know who I was talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're referencing.
Okay, just wondering. This is all getting cut out, right?
No, this is all staying in, brother.
That's-
We don't cut here.
I thought that we cut a long.
We don't
time
cut
ago,
here.
To be honest,
We don't cut here. No, we're still going. We're almost at an hour. Real quick. So let me just get into this subject.
Yeah.
I watched a talk with the great Orson Welles recently. And I do think he's great, dude. He's phenomenal because he doesn't care about like media in that way. He doesn't care about entertainment for entertainment. Yeah. What?
That was it's just the way that you like started your sentence.
Yeah, whatever. Orson Welles once talked about how any confidence could never match pure ignorance. How any intelligent person could learn 80% of most crafts and skills in half a day if they didn't know that it was impossible. And I think that is a really interesting thing that I've seen and many people have seen, where if you just like go into something being like not knowing, let's say like Evel Knievel for example, he jumped, what was it, like 19 buses or something? Everyone says it's impossible. But if you believe, you're like, no, like if you just don't know that that's impossible and you just go for it and you do it, it's hard to even like put into words. But do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I think that's a really interesting thing that I've seen a lot. And I think that's, it's the doubt basically.
Yeah.
Of putting that word impossible.
Oh.
And just being like, no,
yeah.
I can take this. And because he was talking specifically with Citizen Kane. He did camera angles. He did all these different tricks with cameras and audio and production and editing and stuff that had never really been done before. And were looked at as breaking the rules, you know? And he basically was just like, well, I mean, yeah, I didn't know that was impossible. I didn't know that was something you couldn't do, so I did it and it worked.
Yeah. I didn't know about the Orson Welles quote, but there was like a Seth Rogen quote, like I don't know if it was today or yesterday, circulating that you just reminded me of. I think he said like I didn't read the whole thing, but he was like talking in like interview how he worked with so many actors who just like wrote themselves off because they were either trying to typecast themselves or they're trying to go for like some role or not trying to make the mistake, I guess, or like in their minds of
trying to do it right. Kind of thing.
Yeah, they want
like
to do it right or just
it.
like not hurt themselves by going for roles that either they were more interested in or they thought that wouldn't like boost their career as much,
Yeah.
So they always wanted to go for
Not doing it for the craft, doing it purely for the business.
Yeah, well, just like then that writing themselves off. So either it's like a esteem thing, or you're doing it because you have a goal in mind. Like, always work towards your goal, but if you do that, you limit yourself, and that actually kind of comes back to what we were talking about in relationships. Have an open mind. Like, you may actually realize the thing that you enjoy is not what you're actually chasing after. It's what you end up surrounding yourself with.
Yeah, 100. Well, yeah, there's that whole thing of like, if you want something so badly that you'll do whatever it takes to get that one outcome, by the time you get to that outcome, you won't want it anymore. You'll realize that you want something else. And then it's a never-ending cycle of never being satisfied unless you have an open mind like you're talking about, where you allow it to be flexible. You allow this dream or this goal or this intention to be open and to breathe and to take in every part of what's going on and every part of every situation, not just being like, okay, I'm going to focus on this, this, and that. That's not saying to not have intentions and not, try and corral maybe more wild thoughts or actions into more of what you're going for. But yeah, keep an open mind on things.
Yeah.
And don't say something is impossible until you've tried it a million times.
Yeah, the million is a good number.
I totally agree with that acting thing, because I've always said and I've always believed any actor can do any part with the right guidance and the right direction. If you are a truly good director, you can get any actor to do any part.
Honestly,
as long as they are physically capable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like someone who is, 5 foot can't play someone who's 7 feet tall, because there's going to be things written in where they have to do things as a 7 foot tall person.
I'm so glad that you have that mentality. It made me really proud when you auditioned for MJ in the musical.
Fuck off.
As young MJ. No, you. Fuck off. You did a great job.
I tried my best. I got past the first round at least. The confidence got me past the first round.
It's true.
And then they were like, unfortunately, you are not a small black boy.
Honestly, we want to do it. But the producers.
We just can't. The estate, the Jackson estate is just not letting us.
It was a really difficult conversation. I know that you cried, but I'm really proud of you.
It was rough. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. That other kid was rude. He was terrible.
He was such a dickhead.
Terrible. I know. I'm so glad that
called me cracker and whitey
and those are the nice words.
Those are the nice ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Only 8 too.
8 years old.
Yeah.
He knew the term white devil was insane.
White devil.
But I do think stuff like that it's a very interesting thing, especially with the new landscape of media as we have it and as we currently know it, because everyone is a fucking content creator with their fucking phones and their TikTok and shit, and like, you're not. Like, just straight up, you're not. If you think that you are just because you have a phone. But also, that's my thing, is now I'm gatekeeping, which is bullshit.
Phil,
if you can make it work, get your bag. I hope that you fucking
to audition for young MJ.
Just not. I'm not doing that.
Just
how much would it take to, if I had to be paid to then go do that audition and like show my face?
Well, I guess you could paint it if you want.
No.
Okay. I didn't think you wanted to.
That is extra money to do blackface.
Okay. I don't think that there's a number for blackface.
You don't think there's any number for you to go out
Not for myself. Not for myself, no.
$1 trillion where you could fix social issues. You could help
I'm gonna
people.
Fix social issues with blackface.
No. Listen, with the money, you could fix the Flint water situation, right? You could fix the housing situation in many big cities with $1 trillion. You're talking about fixing world hunger. You're talking about so many things you can do with $1 trillion. Okay, so let's say you get $1 trillion after capital gains. You're looking at about
I was about to say lump sum
billion.
Or
We're looking at $600 billion. That's a lot of fucking money.
A lot of money.
You could do a lot of things by being controversial and being hateful. One time, you could fix damage that has not been addressed due to the same factors.
Wait, did you see that video that I sent you?
Which one?
It was Sacha Baron Cohen. He was literally talking about how he uses characters to bring out just to bring out what people are already okay with.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what the forum was. It felt like a TED Talk, but
I know what you're talking about. And he talks about Bruno.
He talks about Bruno. He talked about how Borat got a whole bar to sing "Throw the Jew Down the Well,"
mm-hmm.
and it didn't. I mean, if you've seen the movie, it did not take a lot. It did not take a lot at all. He also had like people be
Bro.
openly so homophobic
People
against that
hate
dude.
Jewish people right now.
Yes. Oh,
It's
dude.
so wild.
Remember that video or that his TV show, like This Is America, or something like that, and this he's like pretending to be like this Israeli like special combat person.
Yeah.
And he convinces the senator
to come at him with his butt to like say the N-word a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
Because the N-word scares terrorists, and so he's like screaming it, holding a gun, like
in like a gym.
Yeah,
like a gym like
with people in it. Yeah. It was wild.
Oh my, that I think is like great,
top tier entertainment. And also a top tier performance and like social manipulation to be able to find a way to get someone to do that and think it's reasonable is wild.
And the thing is, it doesn't take a lot.
Sacha Baron Cohen is a genius.
It doesn't take a lot at all.
Yeah.
And it's also crazy because he like at the end or like the beginning was like, you know, I'm an actor and I'm a comedian. Yeah. So like I'm not doing anything that anybody else couldn't do. I'm just allowing people to do what they really
already
wanting
to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and it was and he actually did bring up the like thing with like the rise of anti-Semitism and just like
it's bad.
Yeah.
There's vapid anti-Semitism.
Yeah. And just how pushed to the forefront and how okay it is, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, it's pretty wild, man. But that's a pretty good note to end on, huh?
I think so.
Now we're about an hour and 6 minutes, so we're chilling. But again, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Sound for Your Ears.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. We'll definitely have you. I want to have you on for one of the top 10 episodes.
Absolutely.
We'll figure out which one we want to do. That one's going to be more produced than all of this has been. I'm going to get specific guests for specific lists. I'm going to write out each list, have it ready to go. Really kind of up the production value of this podcast, which I do want to do. And I know I've mentioned it before, but I do want to start getting a video aspect to this going. To have something to look at, also to be able to bring up pictures and bring up videos and stuff like that I want to watch and things like that. So anyways, thank you again for watching Sound for Your Ears. This has been an awesome episode. Did I say watch? Fuck. Thank you again for listening to Sound for Your Ears. If you have any questions, comments, you have anything you want me to talk about, make sure to DM me at Mophead Records on Instagram, MOPHEAD Records on Instagram, or you can email me, phil@bay1entertainment.com. Thank you again for listening. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.